filming a Get Ready With Me video. It's me! So far I've made it as far as putting on some of my foundation, and I was going to tell you guys a funny story that happened to me last week. So I went with some friends to a concert, and within that friend group, there were some people that I had not met before, or that I had just met kind of briefly in passing. I'd been working so much, I was super exhausted. I just wasn't like all the way there, you know? When you just kind of like, you're just there to be there because you said you were going to be there, but you're not really excited about it, you're not all into it. This was me at this concert event. So my friend told me to go ahead and hop in the car with her and her friends. I walk outside, and I'm standing outside the car. I was finishing smoking, and then I was going to get into the vehicle. I was not quite done yet, but I went on ahead, I put it out, and I tossed it. I jump into the car, and dude in the car looks at my friend Melissa and says, "Is Patricia okay?" Her response, "Well, she's in the car." He had absolutely no clue I'd gotten in the car. I guess he thought that I was on something, so I was acting weird. Just flung stuff. I think he thought that I was on some kind of drugs or something, because I was acting weird. But I was completely unaware of this fact. It was hilarious. I just laughed it off. It was like, what else are you going to do, man? What else are you going to do? You're going to sit there and get embarrassed or ashamed about it? And then what? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change your life one bit. Meh. It is what it is. Such is life. So I used a foundation. This is a really light foundation by Mally. Ultimate Performance Liquid Foundation. I've been using this for like a month and a half. I like it because it doesn't break out my face very much. And it's very buildable. But on another note, I also don't like the fact that I feel like it kind of rubs off easily. You know, you have sometimes foundations that have like really high transfer rates that if you so much as lean on something that's lighter colored, you're going to leave like a little thumbprint of your face. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of one of the products that this Mally foundation is. But it doesn't break me out, so I'm going to go on ahead and finish using that bottle. I do think I am going to go grab some Studio Fix powder from MAC, because that's my main. And that stuff works so well and keeps my skin looking so beautiful. The only problem is it breaks me out. So it kind of comes into this balance of, do I let it break me out and have really clear looking skin because I'm covering up and caking it with this awesome foundation, or do I try and use a lighter foundation that shows all my flaws but doesn't break me out? And maybe I can have like more natural, pretty skin to begin with. I don't know. But now I'm using IT Cosmetics Vitality Glow Anti-Aging Matte Bronzer. I use this for a little bit of detailing as far as shadowing and contouring on my face, so I'm just doing the lovely C motion that we all know about, and then flipping down to another C on my neck. Boom, boom. See, I just plucked my eyebrows. I don't know about y'all, but I have one eyebrow that is so much more sensitive than the other, like funny so. And every single time I sit there, I'm like, which one is it? Which is a sensitive one before I start? Because I'm trying to plan ahead. Like, I'll do the one that hurts more first, and that way the second one is easy. But every single time, 100% of the time, I accidentally end up using the painful eyebrow last. And the first one, I'm like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I remember. It's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. And I get to the other one, I'm like, ouch, this freaking hurts. And it becomes a very miserable endeavor. I don't know what I'm going to do for my eyebrows whenever this runs out. Oh, snap. Do I need to clean this? I need to clean this, BRB. Alright, so I'm using a little brush. I think this actually came from Hip Eyeliner from L'Oreal like 3 or 4 years ago. And this is a really, really old palette. As you can see, the lid has actually jumped off. It's from MAC, and it was from literally like 7 years ago or something. It's called Spiced Chocolate. But there is this one color that is just perfect for my eyebrows. I don't know what I'll do whenever it runs out. I'll have to find a solution. But in the meantime, here we go. Magic! Boom! Oh, the power of the eyebrows. Do you see how much higher and perkier this eye looks from this one? This looks all like droopy and womp womp. This one looks like, hey girl, I got it going on. I'm on top of my stuff. I can do a push-up. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a bad B.A. On the other hand, this one over here is like, my sister's really pretty, and I've always struggled with my weight, and I don't have a lot of self-confidence. So let's give her a boost. Give her a boost. Voila. My eyebrows now look like they have some sort of life, like they have their stuffs together. So now I'm going to use this lovely brush from Mr. MAC, and I hope my titties don't fall out because I'm not wearing a bra and I can feel things catching some wind, but hopefully you can't see that. So this is brown Brown Script, which is one of my favorite colors. If you are pale and you have blue eyes, this is going to be a go-to for really helping make your eyes pop, pop, pop. Alrighty. So I just always use this as a crease color. Like I said, it just really makes the eyes pop. And you can always use a darker crease color below it if you want, but I use this as kind of a contour to just kind of help reshape my eye overall. My eyes are a little bit droopier on the outside, but I've always been really good at being able to apply my makeup in a way that gives me this visual lift from this area here, and it really helps open up my eyes and gives it a lot of pop that I think makes a huge, huge difference. So I hope that's something that I can maybe share with you guys if you haven't done that before, to help bring out your eyes, your natural eye color, and help your eyes just pop a little bit more. So I always try and build it up pretty well, and I do this multiple times, so keep those guys nearby. And then next we are going to take the lid color. I'm going to apply the Smashbox set. This is another thing that's relatively old. I haven't had to buy makeup in a while just because I used to be so ridiculous and stock up with so much that now I'm at a point where it's like, I mean, if I buy more, I'm not even going to use it. So I just wait until I run out of some of it. So I'm using an Urban Decay brush, and I'm using the Smashbox starting with this green color down here on the bottom. And I'm just going to apply this to my whole lid. And I have to be kind of careful because this is a color that has a lot of fallout. So we want to make sure that we are applying it in a way that does not make it look like you have a black eye in the end. But I love this color because it goes really well with the matte in the crease and with the highlights that I like to use, but it really just helps those blue-green eyes pop once again. So I'm not going all the way into the inner corner. I'm starting, whoop, there I did by accident because I told you not to do it, and I cursed myself, man. You don't want to put it in probably like the inner fourth of your eyelid. You want to give a little bit of extra space there so you can add your highlight color here in just a moment. We'll have to kind of blend that a little since I got overly excited. But another thing I'm going to do, prepare to get grossed out. I just did that with my mouth. Yep, yes I did. And I'm going to just kind of run this underneath my eyelid real quick. Just a little bit of color. It's not a lot. But we'll add some eyeliner here in just a couple minutes and make the whole thing blend as previously mentioned. Okay, so this actually has a really good highlight color in it. As you can see, I've used almost all of it, but I am going to kind of get into these little crooks and crevices and corners. This is actually a great brush. AC. This is a great brush that I got from Hobby Lobby, I believe. It's actually really cool because if you keep an eye out, you can find some awesome brushes at Hobby Lobby and Michael's that not only are cheap prices to begin with, but if you get them on sale, they're even cheaper. So a little secret for both these places, if you go to their website or their apps, you can almost always download a 40% off coupon. So if the product does not happen to be on sale, you can go grab one of those coupons and get an additional discount. Makes a brush like this something like $2, which is fantastic. Now, that isn't to say that they are as good as a MAC brush. MAC does create some magical brushes, but it's a great little, great fill-in. It's a great other option, especially if you're bad about cleaning your brushes like me, and you want to have, you know, a good variety. My sister made this for me. Isn't it adorable? I love it. But you need, you know, a variety of brushes, and sometimes you aren't always going to be up and down cleaning them the way I did earlier. And you want to have some options for different colors. You want to blend with one color, you want to put something on your lid, you want to use another lid color, and you just need a few different brushes. You don't always have to have the $35 MAC brushes. You can get some other options, and you can just blend out with those, and you'll be amazed at how good some of these other products are when you really give them a chance. I feel like it's really weird because I got this, like, this light that's happening over my head. I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah. So as you can see, we're kind of coming together well now. I'm going to go on ahead and use a black color. This is from a Heatherette Trio, also from an eon ago. And one of my MAC brushes. I think this is Mr. 239. He's one of my favorites, especially for crease stuff. I use this also for helping shape my crease very well. So I'm going to actually go in right in here. And my goal is to bring it from this corner up in the direction of the outside of my eyebrow. And then at that point you want to convert over and start rolling through the crease of the lid. What this is doing is it's kind of creating, like I said, that optical illusion, make it look like you have higher, brighter eyes than you actually do. And you can always come back and clean up that line a little bit too. Do the same thing over here as well. And this isn't meant so much as a tutorial, it's more of just kind of like an opportunity for you and me to kind of sit down and connect, because I feel like I have not done enough on this channel, not nearly as much as I would like to have, and I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and I understand there's probably not going to be a lot of viewers, but I really like making these styles of videos. They make me so, so happy. So that's the reason why I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to hope a couple of you cool people decide to jump along the road, and, you know, if it happens, it happens. If not, also cool. I'll have videos to show what I did when I was 20-something. It's also cool because this channel has been around since 2006, I believe. That's 10 full years, and I started posting 9 years ago, I think. So I have really, really old stuff. I have videos on here from when I was 16 years old. I have grown up on this channel, and I just wish that I had more videos on it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on my eyeliner now, of course, with the infamous black track from MAC. I'm going to go ahead and line my upper lid. Alright, and that thing I was telling you about, I managed to get some, like, smudging action that happened here with some of my fallout, and I'm, like, covered in black soot, it looks like. So at this point, you just want to be really careful as to not create any damage that could ruin the beautiful look that you have already put so much time and effort into creating. So I did get this fun little tail happening over here. It was kind of an accident. So now I'm going to match it up over here real quick. I always feel so funny when I make this face, face, but it's like, in all reality, I swear, I don't think that mascara or eyeliner can be put on adequately unless you're making that face. Not on yourself. Not on yourself. No, you gotta do, That is the only time that you're going to end up happy. So another thing I'll do sometimes if I get a little intense with my little tail is I'll go on ahead and just blend it out. And I'll use it again as part of that little guideline for shaping my eye. And mascara it is. I'm just going to add a little bit more blush so my face has some pop to it. And then talking of pop, I'm going to add some fake hair into my hair. It's going to get sexual up in here like real quick. Can't you tell I got that professional application kind of status happening? No, really. There was a point where I actually worked at MAC as a freelance makeup artist. Now, when I say that, I should preface that, but it's like probably the smallest MAC that is in the United States. But hey, I worked there. Now we gonna get on some of that fancy, my fantasy hair shit. This is really cool because it actually came with this little bag and it has a little hanger. See this? Boom, for hanging your hair extensions. So freaking cool. Pops open. Boom, the hair all pops out. This is so cool when it comes to styling the hair, like washing it and drying it and straightening it and all that jazz. It's so much easier to do it on there. So I'm just adding in a couple little pieces. I will say it's one of the huge benefits, now that my hair has finally started to grow out some, is that I don't have to do a full head of hair extensions if I want long, full, voluminous hair. I only have to do it in a couple little pieces because, oh, that's wet. It's going to mess with my hair. So I'm just putting my hair up. I'm going to apply the 4-piece weft. This is actually like a quad weft, I believe. So there's 4 different sets of hair that are built into this. So it's super, super thick, lots of hair. Looks like it's a little bit lighter than my hair because it is. I do need to dye it again or dye my hair and lighten it up a smidge. This last washing I did seemed to really modify the hair color, but that's okay. We're going to make it work today. We got this. We got this. We're super cool. I'm going to be going out with my dear friend Latoy tonight. I think you guys have seen her over on some of my other episodes of Cocktail Time. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch one because they are hilarious. We have so much fun together. It's absolutely unbelievable. Some of my best memories are with Miss Latoy. So I'm just popping that in real quick like. Boom. Now let's add a couple more layers. Come through one more time. So I'm just going up a little bit higher, sectioning off the hair. Once again, make sure we use the dry one. Now I'm going to use a couple of triple weft. I take that back. It only has 1 or 2 sets of hair. I think it's a double weft, but it has 3 clips on it. So this one I'm going to come a little bit closer to this side so we get that extra length and volume up towards the front of the head as well. Boom. Boom. God, I love these. If you have ever considered getting hair extensions, get my fantasy hair, because I've tried brand after brand after brand, and none of the others can even compare to this stuff. I mean, they are by far the healthiest feeling hair, the best sewn, the best value. It's like I think it was $140 for a full set of this length hair. And the thing is, I don't even use most of it most of the time. Like I said, once your hair gets long enough, if you need to trim it down to the right size, you always can, of course, but I'm leaving it a little bit longer, so I still have a little bit of natural hair growth left. It's a little low. Some people wear them a little lower than others do. Sometimes I purposefully go a little bit lower because I feel like it kind of lays flatter on my head, which is interesting. Boom, boom, da 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 dum, da 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 dum. And then you brush and you blend and you brush and you blend, and then you'll have your final look. You'll be so put together. You people are gonna think you're a cook. Da no 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 no. I'm gonna use one more. This is a 2-piece. I'm going to throw this guy in up here. I kind of get this like real flat area up here. I'm not sure why. I feel like maybe it's a little bit of male pattern baldness. I don't really want to talk about it. But yeah, I've always had this really high hairline, but I feel like within the last couple years, it's gotten a little bit worse. This is another thing I look out for, is I don't go too high on my head. I want to make sure that I'm keeping it flatter and lower, because the lower and flatter that it is, the more hair there will be covering the clips. And the less chance there is of it looking really silly if the wind blows and people being like, oh, that girl has on some fake hair. Because there's just something about fake hair that's not so sexy if other people know that you're wearing it. Alright, so I'm going to go out for my day. I'm going to get dressed because I am now ready. And I'm going to go hit the world. I love you guys. You're fantastic. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.